Our team's at its best when Buck's in center field. First day of camp, he's flying around the field. I have to say it like that. He looks fantastic, and he's chiseled out of stone. He looks like himself, but he's really happy. He's got a big smile on his face because he feels so good. And again, our team is a different ball club when we have him out there for every reason, the offensive, defensive, on the bases, all those reasons. And he's a leader for us. He brings energy like nobody else.
Felt pretty good, just to be able to feel normal again. Obviously, I love playing defense, love playing center, and I think that gives me that ability to separate myself from the offensive side of things, especially if things don't go the way you wanted it to, as in, so you don't get the runner in or get the run over the way that you want it to. Defensively, I go out there and it's like, well, I make up for this by you not getting a hit, and that is kind of the mentality I have. So it's definitely a lot more fun going out there than just sitting in the dugout waiting for my chance to hit.
We walk into the season, we know his history. We know some of the challenges he's faced over the last couple of years. We know what he went through last year. But when I see a guy now running around the way you want Byron Buxton to run around, I think that really gives you some optimism, and some hope that he's on a good track here. Our docs, trainers, otherwise say he's coming in a really good place. He had a good surgical procedure, a good rehab, and you're seeing him smile.
As soon as off the bat, you see that.
Yeah. That's the first thing you see, that ball coming right out of your cap.
So it's like right there. And then as soon as you go, it's like, the only thing I can see, if it go up, I got time.
We were still kids. It's almost a blur thinking back.
Met Kep, I got called up from GCL to E-Town. And that was kind of, I guess, where we kind of gel a little bit.
But off the field, we also got to know each other and had some great times together. We went to the Fall League together for 2 years and kind of moved up the system together.
One, I didn't know Kep was German before, so it was very cool. I didn't know Kep was German until we got to see the Rapids.
Thinking back, he still is one of the best center fielders in the game, in my opinion. But to get to play with him has always been a pleasure because he makes things a lot easier in the field. He covers so much ground.
I would say we got to Fort Myers together and we realized home runs that was hit in Cedar Rapids, because of the weather here, it don't fly as much. So we had to start communicating more. So that was kind of like the turning curve for me and him to hey, what you doing today? Or what you doing tomorrow? Whatever situation may be. And we both, blessed enough, we had houses here. So we can go to each other's house, play video games and high A, and it just opened us up then.
I credit a lot of my game to his when it comes to the defensive standpoint in baseball. He's one of the examples that has gotten me to where I am today.
Both of those guys are tremendous defenders. It'll be fun to get Buck back out there this year. I think he makes everybody better, especially the guys that's around him playing the corners. But it is good to have him out there, and Buck leads by example. He's going to play hard. He's going to hustle and do all the little things that you want, and it's just fun to watch.
Someone told me, put it into the perspective of being your younger self looking up to you and how special this opportunity is, day in, day out. And kind of play it like that kid that started out in a little league somewhere in Germany where, there was no pressure at all.
I don't know if he told you, I did teach him how to drive a little bit. Did he tell you that?
I've known Tommy since I signed here.
Just one day we were doing an appearance somewhere, and I let him drive my car. And he did good, besides putting the car in park before it actually stopped. And I was like, Max, you can't do that.
I've seen Tommy grow too as an individual from watching him play. In 2009, he was still on the field during instructs to now being a coach. He's always having fun, always laughing, smiling.
you don't have to be like in the air. Like an infield, we're teaching obviously being in the air on the way down, right as the ball is hit. Because then when you do hit, boom, you're already on that foot. Outfield, you don't have to.
You know, I pick his brain on how he played the game, on how he approached angles in the outfield, on his hitting approach, really all aspects of the game. I'm really trying to view the game as my younger self and just enjoy it as a kid back in the day, because it is a kid's game, and yeah, it's not going to last forever.
That's probably my favorite moment in my career. Just, like you said, going through the last year and a half of injuries and not doing what I want to do and still being able to have that type of reaction, you know, it's undescribable. Like, that's something you can't put into words. So, I don't know if, besides the World Series, what tops that. Just to the point of, you know, I've been here a while. It's obviously been a long few years, haven't played the way I wanted to, haven't played as many games as I wanted to, and to have that much support is, yeah, it's very special. Very, very special. I was lucky enough to play with Torrey his last year, and then I had Joe to, you know, follow footsteps with and learn how the Twins way was. And I would say those were like my role models to follow. So every day is more of like, what would Torrey or Joe do, you know? So I look at Royce as, to me, Royce ain't a rookie, you know? Like, I talk to him now about my swing, you know? Like, that's where the guys, I wouldn't say rookie guys, but younger guys are at. Like, we are comfortable enough to be able to talk to each other about our swing, whether we're veterans, rookies, or whatever. You're like, that's what makes this team special.
So Royce wins his this year, then we come back next year and do it.
Yeah, we getting another one. Royce.
So he can only be one guy.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, Royce, you right. You got to get in the club, bro. You got to get in the club.
Yeah, they joked with me the other day when we were taking pictures with Brace. You know, they say, hey, you got to join the club, man. You got to join the club. So I said I would love to join the club, but we got to make that happen. And we're putting in the work with Tony Diaz, and Carlos giving me a lot of tips, and even Buck, honestly, just talking about how to do it every day, each and every day, and continuing that routine.
Hey, hold on. When you go forward for that one, if you're gonna go forward, the cue for me is to always be extended. So like if I'm gonna go forward, I wanna do this, not be short and then kick it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like if I'm going forward, I'm extending, I go extended through it, not short to then extend, because then you're gonna kick it out. Yeah.
It's very special for me because for me to be watching this guy as a young kid, and I got the chance to meet him before I was actually drafted, and I joke with him. I'm like, you remember you told me like you're gonna be like me, and I said that would be great. To be 1-1 would be great. And then when it happened, he actually remembered. He's like, man, that's the kid I told him. So for our little exchange, that was really cool. But now I get to watch him every day, and it's a treat.
And you go forward and you still have it like that, and then when the ball is to you, you hit it because you're hitting it instead of like you stay straight. You're running, right? You get into the ball. Your arm is straight and you go through the ball. Like through instead of short to hit it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you go straight and you stay in this lane like this. Whoa! And then you cover more ground, you cut the distance, and the ball lands in your pocket, and easy work.
You know, it's a blessing for me to watch him from third, especially. I'm 15 feet away from him, and to watch him do his thing, he's a magician. I mean, it's so beautiful, it's easy. I think if you're a pitcher, it's very comforting to know that if a ball gets hit anywhere over there, I don't have to look at it. It's just gonna be a robotic out. So he's got a cannon of an arm. He's really disciplined at the plate, crushes the ball. He can do all things at the baseball field, but as a person, for me now, being able to say he's my friend, it's truly special.
I mean, we have a really good outfield with Wally, Margot, Willie at times, Buck. I mean, the sky's the limit for this outfield.
We're good, you know, like, we know we're good. It's just all about us going out there and playing our game. We got some additions to help make this team better. especially offensively, you know, with Margot and Santana. Santana is, I love watching him on the other side when we're competing just by admiring how he walks, you know, and it's being able to now communicate with him every day to figure out how I can make myself better at that part of the game. It gives you that excitement for the season to start, you know, and those guys bring in new pieces that maybe we didn't know prior to, you know, our careers. And it could be that little piece that changes what we wanted to change or wanted to feel this whole time.